Hello! Have you ever thought about this? Where will our food come from in the future, and what will we eat in the future? We from Food for Future are researching exactly that, and with this we need your help. In the city of the future, how does food get on the table? Where does it come from, and where do we grow it? Where do we get proteins from, in a sufficient amount so that it is enough for everybody? Which new technologies will help with this, and how can it all taste delicious in the end? Nutrition is the topic of the future. Become part of our research. Be a part of your future. We are Food for Future. Our 4 research teams are searching for answers to these important questions. Which edible organisms grow in restricted space and need the least possible amount of fresh water for living? Which innovative technologies facilitate growing food in cities? How can innovations help to tailor nutrition to every person's individual needs? How do those methods influence our lives, our economy, and our world? To answer these questions, we are looking way into the future. We do this so that our research results will later on really help the people, no matter what the future brings. What will the year 2050 be like? Nobody knows for sure. This is why we are working with worst-case scenarios to prepare for every eventuality. These scenarios are no land and no trade. Let's have a look at a typical city. People live there densely on limited space, and all of them need to eat. The food comes partly from the surrounding region and partly through international trade. But what would happen if there was no more trade? If all necessary food has to be produced in the city or in its surroundings, would there be enough food for everybody? How would it be produced? And where does it come from? This is the worst-case scenario, no trade. Now the second scenario. What would happen if the land could no longer produce food? If we needed to find completely new ways, how would we then produce food at all? Where could these new production sites be located? And could we produce enough food this way? This is the extreme scenario, no land. We from Food for Future certainly hope that these worst-case scenarios will never become reality, but they help us develop solid, future-ready ideas. And now it is your turn. Join us and help us develop our research for the future of food. With your help, we will become even further and more resilient. Become a part of Food for Future and shape the future food with us.